who has been, he's a great journalist. He's been capturing everything that's going on at the courthouse, and he's been sitting in the courtroom as these jurors keep coming in front of the judge, and they're kind of like, weaning these people out. Let me see. Does he have an update? Where is this? 10 hours ago? I'm not seeing the update. Where's the update at? Diddy docket. Okay. Here we go. The court reminds all parties and Mr. Garagos of their obligation under Rule 23.1, which is terminate the motion, blah, blah. Okay, cool. What is this? Diddy. Oh, so this was a judge. So apparently the judge, or Judge Arun Submaranian, this is how the judge showed up to court. And people were like, yo, this nigga look like he might be like he got Beats headphones. He's showing up like Russell Westbrook to a basketball game. Like he's a YN or some shit. So people were kind of critical of the judge showing up like this before he put on his judge garb and had to sit in front of obviously both parties. And he's the one who's going to be presiding in a neutral arbiter perspective over this entire thing with Diddy. But this is how he showed up. Look at this. This is how the judge showed up. Look at this, Jeff.
Where's that?
You got them Nikes on. You probably get some hoes, right? Niggas looked at this and be like, yo, the judge might be on some Diddy shit. He might be bringing out a baby oil. What the fuck? Like, the judge look like he probably getting bitches. Like, he not showing up like suited and booted. He's showing up like, yo, he just came from the club. Okay? Now, of course, there's no obligation for the judge to be showing up in suit and tie. You know what I mean? And we don't know under that judge garb, does he has this on or maybe changes into some formal fit. But anyway, I'm trying to see any more updates about this thing. Hold on. Here we go. All right.
Here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Thursday, May 8th, 2025. Now, the Sean Combs jury pool of non-excluded jurors has reached 45, so it's ready. And we'd expected yesterday.
Okay, so coming into today was 45.
Yesterday for the jury to be picked, but no, they've put it off till tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to give themselves, they said.
Oh, so actually today they didn't even whittle it down, from like 45 to like maybe 20 something. They're going to pick the 18 of 45 tomorrow.
The defense said they want, in case some jurors want to drop out. That was actually what the prosecutor said. I think that they're doing additional research into the 45 that they didn't exclude to figure out how to deploy their peremptory challenges and whittle it down to 8.
Yes, so it's called preemptory challenges, which means it's like the judge is going to give both sides like, hey, you have like 5 or 6, and they get to basically raise these arguments to say, hey, we think this person is going to be bad for the jury pool, and they have a certain limited amount, but it could be issues that they feel like, yo, this person, they're on the jury, could really hurt their client. And unless the opposing side has a really good argument, the judge is going to side with the people, with whoever who uses that preemptory challenge, right? Sorry.
Alternates. We're going to do additional research into the 45 that they didn't exclude to figure out how to deploy their peremptory challenges and whittle it down to 18, the Big 12 and 6 alternates. I'm going to return to this. There was a prospective juror from the United Nations that, knowing the UN as I do, having reported on it in such detail that I've been banned from entering it, I know that the individual dissembled. But I'll return to that in the final segment of this. Today, in this is going to be the last lull in the Sean Combs, at least in-person trial for the next 8 weeks, they say. I think it'll go a little less. So today we're going to be covering the sentencing of Mr. Alex Mashinsky of Celsius. The government wants 20 years. There are many angry victims, and we've reported on all of it. Now, Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX got 25, but the government's only asking for 20 here. Is that a product of the new position of the new administration on crypto, or is it just?
Oh. Wait, chat. No, I'm gonna be tight. Yo, chat, I'm about to be sick. No way. I'm about to be sick, chat. Oh my God, I'm about to be sick. Wait, hold on. Let me see. God damn it, my dog's got to stop barking, man. Yo, the cops were so tight at me because, like, yo, we got 15 calls about your dogs. Yo, chat, I'm about to be sick. Oh my God, I'm about to be sick, chat. Oh, yo, so just now, so obviously I'm live. My man hits me right now, right? My man just hits me, and he's like, "Yo, Ak, you're live," and I'm like, "Yeah, duh, I'm live." And he says, "Yo, chat, this is gonna be so embarrassing. Oh my God." I'm tight. No fucking way. Nah, it's not the cops. Not yet. Bruv. Chat. Oh my God. Okay. This is like Dummy of the Year award. So I told you I didn't pay for the suite, but I told you we got a suite for Kendrick Lamar's concert, right? At MetLife Stadium. Oh my God. So so they sent over the tickets. I told them, yo, so suite holds like 20. I'm like, I need these amount because I know it's gonna be mad K-bots in the building, and I'm going heavy militant, and I think we're gonna stream at the Kendrick concert. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody. This is Jersey. Ain't nobody about to do nothing. Slap a nigga up in there. I'm serious. So I'm like, I'm finna go up in there. Kendrick is at MetLife tonight and tomorrow. For whatever reason, I thought it was tomorrow. So I'm hitting my niggas. So I'm like, yeah, tomorrow we going. So my man's is hitting me, right? He's like, yo, why you ain't here? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, bro, the concert was the 8th, and he's sending me all the shit. Oh my God. So tonight was a night they got the suite for. Fuck. I was supposed to be. So essentially, the suite we got at MetLife, is for tonight, not tomorrow. Like, look, chat, look. Kendrick Lamar, MetLife Stadium. He's supposed to be there 2 nights in a row. Look, so you see May 9th, which is tomorrow, right? That's tomorrow. And then he's there tonight too. I know because SZA went to the biggest mall that's in the country, which is look, Thursday, May 8th. What section was I supposed to be in? Let me tell you. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Yo, my man, yo, I ain't even gonna mention your name, bro. Oh nah, bro. I feel like an asshole right now, bro. I thought it was for tomorrow. Like I told everybody, I'm like, all right, tomorrow we mobbing out, bro. I was supposed to be what? I'm tight. Yo, chat, I was definitely showing up to that concert. I don't give a fuck what was gonna happen. Nigga, it's Jersey, nigga. Ain't no West Coast niggas got no say no motherfucking Jersey, nigga. Nigga, we was gonna pull up to that concert, nigga, and I was gonna chill and I was gonna mean mug while that nigga performed not like us. I was just gonna be like, and just go home. Anyway, fuck, it was today. I'm so tight. Let me see what the tickets. The tickets. It was supposed to be in what? The fuck is this? Section what? MetLife Stadium Suites. Where's the suites at? I don't know. Where's the suites? I don't know. Fuck. Anyway. God damn, bro. Yo. Yo, I want to call you, but I want to like air you out on stream. Yo, I feel like an asshole. Bro. Yo, I was gonna be at that shit streaming like a motherfucker. I thought it was tomorrow night. So Kendrick is there tonight and tomorrow. And for whatever reason in my mind, it says, oh, we're going the 9th. It's tonight that we got tickets for. And no, these weren't Dave Free tickets. Dave Free ain't hit me back since I've been on my Drake shit. Dave Free got me tickets when it was Mr. Morale. But ever since then, them TDE niggas do not talk to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even my man who works digital for them, I won't call your name, bro. And I made millions with that nigga. That nigga don't even talk to me no more. They're like, you on Drake's side, go ahead. But I was gonna show up, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I'm a hip hop person now. What the fuck y'all finna do to me? Anyway, fuck. It was tonight. All right, I'm gonna call my man. See, all right. We're not doxing him though. We're not doxing him.
Act, what up?
I'm not gonna say your name.
Me?
Yo, bro. No, I'm on stream. Bro, I thought it was tomorrow. Yo, I was so ready. I'm like, tomorrow, I'm going militant.
You saw what I like. I said, you saw what I scrolled on there. I said, you scroll through there, you're going to be sick.
Bro, why didn't you tell me like earlier today? Like, yo, you know it's today. Yo, I thought it was the 9th.
You one of the smartest niggas I know. I thought you was going to read.
No. You're right. Yo.
You got too much shit going on, cuz.
Yo, he's doing 2 nights at MetLife. That's why I'm like, yo, okay.
Oh, you know.
So I'm like, tonight and tomorrow, and I seen SZA. You know, SZA was at America Dream Mall. She shut it down. So I'm like,
dude,
she doing it tomorrow again. So I'm like, oh, we're just going to the 9th concert. Fuck.
You know I can't. You know what I said. You know what the rules are about.
Yo, keep it low. Oh, damn. Yo, I was gonna be in there streaming like a motherfucker, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm like, yo, I'm getting texts from everybody. Where you at? I said, let me jump on YouTube. I said, this nigga's in the spot. I said, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, bruh, let me hit him up now. I mean, listen, how many of these events have we done, bro? I mean, yeah, event 100, 1,000, whatever.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this as God. It has to be God.
It
has to be God. I think God, because trust me, I thought it was.
Okay, what we need to do, we need to talk and find out where he's going next. Find out where we have the next suite.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm comfortable in Jersey. I don't know. I ain't popping up to a show nowhere else unless I'm bringing the militia with me. in Jersey, I know we valid.
You ain't gotta worry about shit.
In Jersey, we valid. I don't listen. All the little West Coast niggas, man, we ain't care about it. Yo, in Jersey, we valid.
Listen.
These other spots, though.
Understand? I got $1 billion machine behind me. I'll protect you. You ain't gotta spend a dime.
No. Hold on. Damn, I can't believe this motherfucker. God damn. Let me look at the tour.
I know you look. That's why I said you gonna look at this.
I'm so sick, bro.
Find out where he's going next. Find out where he's going next. And we
Yo, you know what's so crazy? My brother hit me up, and I was like, bro, why you hit me up today about the concert tomorrow? But I think I was like, yo, he probably hit me up because if I don't go, you know, I'm gonna give him the tickets type shit. Feel me?
Yeah, for sure. And you know I gave you my ticket. When I give you my ticket, bro.
Yeah. Yo, I told my mans, I even need his shit because we might need extra like backup. All right, hold on. Let me look at this shit. God damn, I'm tight now. I should have been there.
Bro, when I logged in, I said, what the fuck's he doing on live?
Oh, nigga, I was gonna be live there. Bro, I was gonna be live there.
Bro, when I saw the live with the joint, I said he's live from the car, and I click on it. I said these niggas in the basement.
Fuck.
What's going on?
Yeah. All right. Okay. So he's at MetLife tonight and tomorrow. Then Foxborough. Then Seattle. Oh, then he goes to Inglewood.
Yo,
we gonna talk. Let me get you off here.
Yeah, go.
All right, bro.
Later.
Chad. Yo, it's so yo, Chad. Maybe it's God. It gotta be God. Chad, I swear, nigga, I was gonna go at the I thought it was tomorrow. So again, in case I think I was capping. I mean, I could show you the tickets, but who gives a fuck? Like, you know I'm not capping. I thought it was the 9th, but the nigga hit me. That's what I'm saying. He hit me. I'm like, he's like, Act, where you at? The concert is ending in like an hour. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, It's tomorrow. He's like, no, nigga, I told you it was the 8th. We got the suite for the 8th. I'm like, fuck. I don't think them niggas on shit, man. We in Jersey, nigga. We in Jersey. Listen, one thing, I'm cool in Jersey. New York, I'm a little iffy sometimes. I'm cool in Jersey. That's a fact. All right, chat. Unfortunately, since I missed, damn, I cost them some bread because they kind of did it for me. I cost them some bread. These are my niggas though. I fuck with them heavy. Fuck, I'm tight. I cost them some bread because they bought the suite really for me to go there and stream. Okay, I'm not going to Foxborough. Ain't nothing like around Boston. Boston's already losing to the Knicks. We can't go to. We can't even go to nowhere, Massachusetts. Like they're getting their ass whipped by the Knicks. Seattle. We don't even know where Seattle is. Yo, we got to go to Inglewood, California. Inglewood, we're going to pick a date. May 21st, 23rd, or 24th. I'm coming through. Y'all leader, Big U, is in jail. All y'all extortionists is in jails. So I'm safe to come out to Cali. And the rest of y'all niggas, y'all ain't on shit. I'll snitch on y'all. So I'm popping out. So one of these shows that's so far, I'm going to work it out with my mans. Yo, we popping up in L.A. Chat, I'm streaming. You said Detroit? Yeah, Detroit got a lot of love for me. But now I ain't got time to wait till that. Nigga, my birthday's the 17th, so I definitely wasn't going to go to Seattle anyway. But one of these dates, I'm in Inglewood, nigga. I'm practicing my crip walk. I'm throwing up signs. I'm doing all that in there, nigga. We going to get it in, nigga. Fuck that. I'm streaming that shit. And I'm not paying no extortion fees. That's a fact. Big U is in jail. And anybody asks me for bread, I'm contacting the feds. You going to be in jail too. That's a fact. How much y'all want to bet? How much y'all want to bet I'm at an Inglewood show? How much y'all want to bet? How much y'all want to bet? All right. Oh, we definitely go to Toronto too. Oh yeah, we'll be in. Well, I don't know if I'll be in Toronto for the show, but I'm going to Toronto soon. But I gotta go see the show. Damn, I can't believe. You know what's so funny? So chat, I already hit up. I ain't gonna lie, chat. I was rolling with mad security. Low key, not only do I got suite tickets, I got tickets below the suite just for some niggas, just in case. I think Kendrick fans pussy anyway, and none of the Kendrick niggas was ever gonna make it to a suite to come holler at me anyway. Period. So I was gonna be straight. But just because they know Axe in the building, if a nigga felt froggy, I had a couple crash outs to just, you know what I mean? I had a couple niggas just to do that, but fuck, I bought it for tomorrow. Now I got to put it back up on SeatGeek. Fuck. That was God telling me, why the fuck is you going to a Kendrick show? SZA got a botch beat. I mean, you don't want to watch SZA, and you don't want to watch this little leprechaun perform this shit. Just wait for Drake's show after this motherfucker puts out the album. God damn. Somebody says, if they pussy, why you got security? Nigga, I got security all the time when I go out and what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, listen, I like calling niggas pussy when I got off-duty cops with me. Hella security. Yeah, that's niggas academics. What do you think I'm about to come with, like, gang members? What the fuck? No. I'm coming with niggas who could kill you legally. That could laugh at you. What the hell? Nigga, I'm a civilian. I play dirty. Chat, should I pop out to the Toronto show? Wait. Oh, that's past our 30 days. I was gonna pop out there, see if we could get a suite over there. Anyway, fuck. I'm tight. Okay. Let's reset. I felt like I just cost niggas mad bread. And chat, you know I'm not capping because I remember last night when I told y'all, or the night before, and I said, yo, I'm going to the Kendrick show. I showed May 9th. I literally showed May 9th. So I thought it was May 9th. It's not like I'm really trying to troll. I know some of y'all gonna think I'm capping. So I gotta do them off. Hold on. Damn. I gotta ask my man how much these tickets cost. Now that look, so these stupid ass nigga. Look at me. I'm over here on stream with y'all. MetLife, New Jersey, section. Look, it says 5'8". Section 629. What the fuck is that? MetLife Stadium Suites. Fuck. Man. I'm tight. MetLife Stadium Suites. Fuck. These are the private suites. Yeah, it was gonna be one of these. Type shit. Non-NFL. It's gonna be like this. All right. Anyway, I'm a loser. All right, Chad. Y'all just got me for the night. Damn, I'm a bum. I'm so tight. I'm so tight, Chad. Oh boy. All right. Anyway. No, I was going to stream there. It was going to be a movie. All right, whatever. Okay, let's go back to what I was talking about. If I could like resettle. So it was the Diddy thing we were talking about, and essentially it looks like today is like a no one cares about what happened today because everything is going to be handled tomorrow morning, and they're going to whittle down 45 to 18. Okay, so. Looked like maybe some pretrial motions and whatever was probably identified today. Here we go.
Nearly talk about what we can expect for tomorrow. I want to engage in prostitution. If convicted of some of the most serious charges, he could face life in prison. So by the end of the proceedings yesterday, you had 45 prospective jurors secured for selection. And of that group, meaning what I'm saying is they're going to move forward to the next stage of the process.
Yo, why they got Diddy looking like this? You know, this is a picture. I think this is a picture of Diddy, if I'm not mistaken. They got Diddy look mad grayed up, and they got him like really looking like, yo, this don't even look like Diddy.
Process when court resumes on Friday. Of that group, you're going to have
like Jeffrey from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, bro.
12 jurors who are selected and 6 alternates who are selected. There's going to be a combination of preemptory challenges from the prosecution and the defense to whittle that number down, but it's going to be interesting to see what ultimately happens because this selection process has delved into very sensitive topics. Each juror had to be...
Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to play another video actually from Law and Crimes, but they had the lawyer for, what's the dude that went against Johnny Depp's lawyer? And
with
give me 1 second. It's around this section. So apparently in jury selection, and just to show you how much Diddy has his own fate in his own hands, apparently when they're interviewing these jurors, the lawyers, all 8 of them, they look at Diddy after they, do they 1-2, and Diddy is hitting them with he's kind of directing them like, nah, get this person out of here, or yeah, this person's valid. And what this guy said, who was the trial attorney for Johnny Depp in his civil trial against Amber Heard, basically, this is probably the first time in a while Diddy has felt some type of control because Diddy's getting to instruct people on what he wants and what he doesn't want. Let me just play that part.
A certain amount of them to strike jurors. It doesn't have to be for cause. It could be for what is the court.
Women, then I think you would have making those decisions. And I suppose if
make that accusation that they were, excluding somebody for an improper reason like that.
I think it's, as you point out, I think it's extremely difficult. And I think the judges generally defer to counsel in making those decisions. And I suppose if you had something egregious where, for example, one side was striking all African-American women, then I think you would have a pattern that the court might call out. But I don't see that very often.
Now, Ben, it's so interesting what happened today because you had a juror who was excused because I believe she had worked for HBO, and we know that HBO produced a documentary on Diddy. Mark Agnifilo, who's one of Sean Combs' attorneys, said he believes this doc will come into trial in some capacity. And you had another juror who, according to the defense, apparently didn't disclose on her jury questionnaire that she worked at Legal Aid Society, although the judge didn't believe that she lied, allowed her to remain in the pool. The other juror, the HBO juror, was excluded. So it's something very interesting to try to understand who these people are and hoping that they're truthful and hoping that they're fair and impartial. Feels very tough.
Hold on, let me try to. I'm trying.
You get really intense research, and now
Here we go.
Did they search for something that
footprint.
Now, I mentioned before how can you believe the jurors? How do you know they're telling the truth? Well, I'll tell you what we've seen, saying whatever they need to say to get off the
Jury. I think the problem is going to come in, with the Cassandra. I would remind him to remember that every second he is in the courtroom, at least one juror and probably more are going to be looking at him. So he should act as if he were testifying every second he's in the courtroom. And given the nature of the seriousness of the charges and the fact that they're going to be seeing this video, which is very disturbing, I think he's
Okay, I'm trying to find this part. I'm not
for the client. His apology was probably
Okay, I think it's a little earlier. Here we go.
Rolling Stone. That might be an encouraging thing.
celebrity defendant. Who do you want on this?
In the process, especially where it's here, his liberty is at stake.
And
Okay,
More than one who was profiling the type of juror that who would be
by the way, this is Diddy supposedly.
most sympathetic to him. And I think it's wise for attorneys.
Now, if you don't know, so this is Mark Agnafilio. This is Tenny Garagos, which is Mark Garagos' daughter, and then this is Diddy. What we don't see pictured, right? By the way, we would imagine these are court, either stenographers or clerks, and obviously this person up here would be Judge Arun Submaranian. What we don't see pictured is Brian Steele. We actually don't hear much about Brian Steele even yet, and we're thinking Brian Steele is a big dog.
Even experienced attorneys to defer for the most part to those jury consultants. Now, ultimately, it's the client's choice, and the client should be participating in the process, especially where it's here, his liberty is at stake.
And was that something that you had in your case where your client wanted to get involved in the jury selection process? Because it's been reported that Diddy has been almost like nodding to his attorneys or maybe even shaking his head regarding certain prospective jurors. Is that common? Is that what you saw?
I think that is common, and it's natural that you would want to have some role in in choosing the people who decide your fate. And it also gives the client, I think, some measure or some feeling of control in a situation where
Yo, they got Diddy looking like hella old in this shit. Now, how old is Diddy? How old is Diddy? Now, the idea what they're trying to put across is that Diddy has been pretty helpless in this whole process. I told you about the story. 6ix9ine gets locked up. He has put in this special housing unit with Diddy. According to him, he says Diddy was sleeping the entire day. Diddy seemed kind of depressed. He was kind of just being defeated. And obviously most of it came from the sentiment that, the media is running story after story every day. Like, he R-worded her and he essayed her, and there's more people just keep coming up, and there's hotlines about him. And he's like, damn, I can't do nothing about this, right? And he's been feeling helpless in this entire process. We've even heard that supposedly when he was about to be served and he had to leave the cell, or they had to bring him to an area that he could be served, new additional civil cases, he refused. He's like, I'm not going, bro. I'm tired of this shit, right? And it felt like there was a defeatist mentality that Diddy was kind of adopting. And they're saying that this jury selection process has finally given Diddy maybe some sort of power that he's normally used to, because now he gets to kind of instruct his lawyers on what he wants or who he wants and who he doesn't. And his lawyers clearly are looking to him to say, is this the one? You think Shorty's going to be good for you? Obviously, Diddy's paying millions of dollars. I've heard some ridiculous amount of money. If we think about 8 lawyers, trust me, unfortunately, I've had, court cases. Once you get to top lawyers, we're talking about $1,500 an hour. $1,500 an hour, that's one lawyer. You get what I'm saying? I keep telling y'all. Sometimes I'm on the lawyer. I'm on the phone with like 3 of my lawyers. I'm like, you sure all 3 of y'all got to be here? Because this is $4,500 an hour. And these motherfuckers. And then they started talking about small talk. I'm like, man, if y'all niggas don't get the fuck off the phone, I'm not going past an hour. In reality, when it comes to Diddy, all the research, all the things they got to do, all the calls with prosecutors, calls with Diddy, they're probably talking to him every day. They're billing through the ass. We're not talking about one attorney. We're talking about 8. They're not charging him no goddamn $1,500. You know, $1,500 is still top tier. They're gonna be charging like $2,000, $2,500, or maybe they just get a flat fee. Think about paying $2,000 for 8 lawyers. That's $16,000 an hour. There's gonna be mad, like, you know, conference calls because they got to figure out the strategy, this and third. People be doing whatever. So Diddy's billing through like some wild amount of money. Now, let me tell you and give you a reason why I know, not even think, I know. So I had said that I think Diddy's spending about $3 million a month on attorneys. Again, we're not talking about a case that's slow. We're talking about a criminal case. Thing after thing after thing, they have to hire all type of not prosecutors, but investigators, this and third. They're constantly having to do research on other cases that's similar, looking up case law. They have to do so much stuff to really try to be prepared to be able to not only defend him, but even when they were trying to get bail, I think he was billing millions a month. Right? You know what happened today, which was kind of interesting? Go to Diddy's Twitter. For the very first time since 2024, he tweeted out a meme coin. I know, some of y'all might be like, what the fuck is that? Now, the way it works with meme coins, by the way, this thing has like about like $50 million market cap, which means how it kind of works, these things are kind of almost like quasi-scams. They're rug pulls for the most part. Diddy or his sons, it look like it's his sons because it says, we love you, Pops. It look like they're making it clear that his sons or his kids have done this on his behalf. They've launched a coin, a meme coin called Diddy, okay? What that means is that based on the market cap, which is about like $50 million, I would imagine that they've gotten at least $10 to $15 million extracted from this. And the deal that they did with, you know, supposedly this guy named Sahil, which he does all the infamous joints. Diddy, I know we look at him as a billionaire. Yo, he's made $1 billion from Diageo, this and third. But again, you're paying all these lawyers. You also paid Cassie allegedly $30 million. Man, money is just going. It's hemorrhaging. Also, let's be honest, you know, with all due respect to Justin Combs, Christian Combs, and the twins and other people, and even the mom, Diddy still got to pay bills for these people. Ain't nobody lifestyle is going to be, they're not living in a hut. Everybody's still living in mansions, still got 5 cars. Everybody's still having a really luxurious experience while Diddy can't really make money. So for the first time ever, we saw Diddy put out a coin. I think they probably extracted about $15 million out of that. I think all that money is going to be used to funnel into his legal defense and trying to get him out of jail. And that this is the first time I've ever saw maybe Diddy is being financially worried about his future. Because remember, he had sold one of his cribs and he was selling the plane. The plane was going to get sold for like 50 or 60 million, and one of his cribs was going to get sold for about 20 to 30. So we were thinking he was liquidating about like 80 to 90 million, but it goes to show how expensive this is. Here's the thing too. When you're now being charged with crimes that carry a life sentence, the lawyers ain't trying to give, I know y'all think these lawyers love these people. They don't. They're going to look at you to say, this shit carries a life sentence. Whatever you got in your piggy bank, that should be ours if we could keep you free. They're not giving him no discount. They ain't like, oh, no, you're going to get out. And if you get out, you do some fucking Harlem Shakes. No. Pay us. So reasonably, I think tens of millions of dollars is going into his legal defense, not only on the criminal side, but also on the civil side. And when I see Diddy in the midst of jury selection launch a coin, which supposedly his kids are behind, but it's launched on his account. Look, it even says, oh, yeah, it says right here, King Combs. Who's J. Dior? That's Justin Combs. Look, right? Justin Combs. And then it says Diddy Memes, right? The official. You know what that tells me? They're trying to make sure they have some liquid cash to keep paying these attorneys and hoping that this trial, which is going to take place, if you ask me, it could last up to 3 to 4 months. I don't think it's gonna last that long. I think about 70 to 80 days. I think this will be completed. But it shows that Diddy is trying to get cash on hand. And that's a little bit interesting because why the hell would you launch a meme coin during jury selection? Why? Remember, his account hasn't tweeted since February 4th, 2024. So a year after he hasn't tweeted anything, he's locked up. His kids tweet out a meme coin. By the way, the market cap, look, let's Google it. Market cap for Diddy. Here we go. Is it this? All right. Is it rugged already? No, I don't think this is it because the volume is 0. Oh my God, my fucking dog is crying like a bitch. I'll have to go get him in a second. Okay. So that pretty much is, without me even like, because you got to go into this meme coin shit. I don't want to do it. Apparently, from what I saw before, the market cap was around like 50 million. I think they got about 15 million. It tells me that Diddy is very money conscious and probably they did this move to make sure they had liquid cash on hand for additional things they might need during a trial. More investigators, more lawyers, things to make things go away. Also, we hear about there's a witness 3 who don't want to testify no more. Witness 3, Diddy. This person is gone ghost. This is with a jury nearly finalized. The prosecutor said they have lost a key witness. Come on, chat. Y'all all know what it is. You know what I mean? Money make the world go around, but listen, you get $1 billion, you might have to cut some checks for some of these. Because in reality, ain't none of these bitches really want Diddy to go to jail. Right? You know what I mean? I think Cassie really don't fuck with him, but her hands are tied. And I think the feds got her in a pickle. They're going to say, yo, you were doing all these freak offs with him. You used to recruit people. You're either a co-conspirator or you're a victim. If you're a victim, you're going to testify. So she got to testify. Everybody else, I don't think they want to testify against Diddy. They're probably saying, nigga, I'm going to testify against you if you don't give me that $30 million. They're extorting him. You know what I mean? In my opinion, right? If you don't give me the money, because there's none of these people who really went to the cops before now. Even Cassie ain't go to the cops before now. So I think a lot of these motherfuckers is like, yo, if I don't get the bag, I'm going to be on that witness stand pointing my finger. There he is right there. To take that nigga with all the gray hair. He used to have black hair. Yes. And that's what I feel these other witnesses, I think Cassie's going to have to testify. Cassie was probably propositioned by the feds to say, you're either co-conspirator, you're Ghislaine Maxwell to Jeffrey Epstein, and you're going to go to jail for life too, unless you're a victim. And she's like, no, I'm a victim. It's like, all right, so if you're a victim, you have to testify. So she can't do anything. Then all the other witnesses, I think they're like, well, Diddy ain't pay me, so fuck that nigga. And also, if I testify, I get a free, if Diddy goes down, they get a free lawsuit against him in civil court, because once you get a criminal conviction in civil court, it's a formality at that point. So there's a witness 3 or a victim 3. That person's out of there. They can't find her. Okay? You'll see here, it says, we don't know whether she intends to appear. We're trying very hard because we're having trouble communicating with our counsel. Oh.
So Diddy's case or trial has finally started. They're picking out the jurors and stuff. Do you guys feel like Diddy will be freed, or, you feel me, he's cooked? I've been reading a lot of comments. A lot of people has been saying that Diddy's cooked. You feel me? I don't even know how I necessarily feel about Diddy. Because, like, at first, everyone wanted him locked up. Then it's like, people kind of feel bad for him now. Because, I'm not gonna lie, the stuff he did to Cassie is 100% wrong. What he did to Cassie is 1,000% wrong. And people would never agree with it. But, like, if you want to call it for what it is, Diddy was a freak. Okay, if people underage are involved, lock him up, throw him under the jail. But if people underage aren't involved, bro, Diddy is a freak, bro. Like his lawyer said, he's a swinger, bro. Like you feel me? He might want to watch his wife get piped out. He might, don't know what did he want to watch. He wants to watch everything. He's a freaky man. He's a freak. That's why they're called freak offs. Get all the freaks together. What do you think's gonna happen? Baby oil with stuff in it that when it goes into your skin, you're paralyzed. Like, yes, that's what happens at the freak off. There's obviously two parties to a Diddy party. There's the party, and then there's the party party. Have you ever been invited to the party party before? Probably not. But hey, man, let me know how you guys feel about Diddy. Do you want him locked up or do you want him free? Do you feel bad for Diddy? Even if Diddy gets freed, I think his career is done. No one's ever gonna work with him again. No brand's gonna work with him. You feel me? He's still gonna make money off. He probably has real estate like tenants and stuff, and probably like investments that we don't know about. So it's probably still gonna make money, but he's not gonna be making the same money as before. Like he's probably definitely at a billionaire status now. But hey man, it's your boy Big X News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.